as you already know, I've made all these samples by myself, and there's a couple that I want to point out. So first of all, the kick jump was made by, I put compression on it, a distortion to make it more grindy, and I EQ'd the treble out and boosted the bass using EQ. And that really could help, that could really work on most types of bass drums and kick drums, and I think you could use on just about anything. Snare was made out of 2 samples, both were pitch shifted up, and I EQ'd the bass out of them all, and it sounded nice together like that. And sometimes you gotta get creative. When I was making the sine wave, I found an audio clip that had an obvious tone to it, and I had to like pitch shift it and like change a whole bunch of things to it, but eventually I did get the sine wave done. But what I did was I EQ'd all of the excess bad noise out, and I just got the one section on the EQ spectrum where the tone was, and then I kept that. I also time stretched it just a little bit to make it longer in order for it to be easily played on the sampler. And the area notes was by far the hardest one to come by because it was made up of a combination of EQ, pitch shifting, pitch correcting, fuzz wah, reverb, limiter, and time stretching. And I made the time stretch just to make it so that it's easier to play on a sampler. And those are tricks that you might want to use to get back into the song. So right there I just showed all the samples that I used for the song, and if you would like to put yourself under the same challenge that I did, then I'll have a sample pack. So here's how you get your sample pack into your hands. It really is easy to download the sample pack. If you just scroll down here, open up the description, you can read all this if you want to, click on some of these links, but really what you're looking for is download the sample pack. Click on that link, we'll bring you here, Loom Band Sample Pack Download. So how can I improve my music? Please tell me. I'd like an answer on that. How's your day been? It's been about a 4. I had some mess ups when I was editing this video. Next, here's your link. Ka-chow. Here's the sample pack. You can click here to download it. You can hit here just to add it to your drive so that you can come back to it later. But then click thanks and submit. And that's all you got to do. And then you have the sample pack all to yourself, and you can make a song out of that as best as you can. Now, I usually don't like to just rush into video and kind of lay down things, so I have 2 more tips to you that are really helpful in this kind of situation when you're trying to make a song out of like random sounds. So my first tip is that you always want to keep your sounds to be like created in under 15 minutes. If it's taking you more than 15 minutes to actually like come up with the idea for a sound, then you're taking too long and you don't actually know what you're doing. Because although when you're in the beginning, it might take you 15 minutes to make a sound, but if you've been working on a sound for 15 minutes and you haven't gotten like anything done, like fundamentally done, then you have a problem. And that problem is that you don't actually know what the future of your song is going to look like. So after 15 minutes of no progress, I'd say stop, work on a kick drum, work on a snare, work on something else that you're going to use in the song. And then while you're working on that, you'll subconsciously kind of think of the future of your song. Once you have an idea of what your song will sound like, then come back to that and work on a sound that fits the style that you're going for, and your workflow just go so much quicker, so much smoother. I actually learned this tip from a YouTube channel called In The Mix. I would really recommend you looking at them. And they are very, very, very good, and they follow that strategy every single time. In most of their videos, they actually talk about that. They say like, this is an important tip, and if you don't use this, you're going to be wasting time, you're not going to be productive. And I definitely agree with that, and I think you guys should use that tip too. So yeah, let's play the song. There's really nothing else to add, and last week I posted this song, but this one comes with a music kind of video to it. So stay tuned for that, and I spent a lot of time on this video, so just please watch it. I'm sure you'll like it. It's not a super long song, so let's get into it in 3, 2, 1.
Rainbow Loom is a plastic tool used to...
Oh yeah, I forgot. There's also voices in the song. So obviously those voices aren't real. They don't actually necessarily sound perfectly like legit. But they are definitely voices, you can understand them. And I didn't know if I should put voices in the song because I tried to make the entire song out of just Loom Band sounds, but I realized that I also needed I really needed something more interesting than just those sounds, so I added some voices. I didn't want to add any personal voices because if I did that, not only is my voice bad, but I didn't want it to sway the song at all. I didn't want my voice to be like a singing voice. I wanted it just to be a talking voice and like a totally boring voice. So I used this website called Text-to-Speech Reader. It is the best one I found. You can choose many voices. English, UK, male.
Subscribe to Bongonzo. This website is ttsreader.com.
So there we go. It's pretty lifelike. It's not perfectly... It doesn't sound...
Subscribe to Bongonzo. This website is ttsreader.com.
It doesn't read periods for some reason, which, okay. You can choose many voices. Most of them sound very realistic, and that is why I used it. But I didn't want to sway the music too much, so I used the words to the song just from a Wikipedia article. I think that worked pretty good. But there's lots of voices.
Subscribe to Bongonzo. The website is ttsreader.com.
And you can have lots of different accents with this website. It's really nice. You guys should check it out and go through a little bit. Let me show you guys the one that I used. I believe I used English UK Daniel. I don't know if they have any English American. Oh yeah, they do. English US. You can look at those, but English UK Daniel is the one I used.
Subscribe to Bongonzo. This website is ttsreader.com.
So yeah, it works pretty good. I really think you guys should. I don't know. I don't know if you guys should try it. If you happen to get in the same situation I'm in, then you can use this. I'll have the link to this in the description. But really, it's not that great. And actually, how I turned this sound into GarageBand, I literally just recorded it from my computer speakers to the computer mic. Like, I didn't use anything fancy, but I think it turned out okay. Let's get back to the song because I'm sure you really want to hear that.
Weave colourful rubber and plastic bands in colourful rubber and plastic bands, colourful rubber and plastic bands, colourful plastic rubber bands into decorative items such as bracelets and charms.